The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. Thanks for joining us. In this edition, PM off to APEC meet, plans for lay nursing school, and orchids create history despite loss. The Japanese head of mission paid a visit to the Oktedi Development Foundation in Western Province at the beginning of this month. Japanese Ambassador Nobuyuki Watanabe led the Japanese team on this courtesy call to the OTDF Kyonga office. They were warmly received by OTDF executive management and staff with presentations of gifts and an overview of the company's history and its role in the communities. Acting Chief Executive Officer Renagi Koiro welcomed Ambassador Watanabe and the Economic Counselor of the Japanese Embassy Satoshi Isono and acknowledged the visit as the first to the organization. The visit concluded with a visit to the Fly Vanilla Agro-Industrial Center. Watanabe and his officials were privileged to be the first to visit the monumental agribusiness venture in Kyonga. On the sidelines of the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Leaders Summit in Bangkok from 17th to the 19th of November this year, Prime Minister James Marape is preparing to meet with the President of the Republic of China, Xi Jinping, on a one-on-one exchange. Marape accepted the invitation to the meeting, calling it a high honor for Papua New Guinea, as PNG continues its friend-to-all, enemy-to-none position and China continues as PNG's biggest trading partner. He held a press conference earlier today before his departure to Thailand.
Prime Minister James Marape departed Papua New Guinea today to attend the Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation Leaders Summit in Bangkok, Thailand. Before he left, he held a press conference at the Jackson's International Airport to announce his attendance at APEC 2022 and will be meeting with the President of the Republic of China, Xi Jinping, on a one-on-one exchange.
So I will certainly very much go and meet. I'm scheduled to meet a few world leaders. Prime Minister Canada, I think Vice President for US, as well as President for China. A few leaders are meeting, possibly including the President of South Korea. Those meetings will be specifically geared towards promoting Papua New Guinea's business interests. Everyone knows about our potential, but promoting them and hopefully maintaining that conversation on us possibly exporting to them.
He said being the second biggest economy in the Asia-Pacific region, it is important that PNG maintains its relationship with China. The PM said he will use the opportunity to also call for Chinese partnership in processing coffee and fish.
All of you know it is no secret, our government is especially geared towards now moving our way, making the big leap in our time from just exporting raw resources. We want to migrate into exporting finished produces in the next 5 to 10, 15 years. And conversation for Papua New Guinea in the APEC discussions, in the general discussions would be that all of us in the APEC leadership respect each other, despite our differences of opinion.
The PM maintains that PNG is friend to all and enemy to none. Jasmine Nero, TVWAN News.
Minister for International Trade and Investment Richard Maru met with his counterpart from Queensland, Australia, Minister Cameron Dick, on Sunday, 13 November at the Hilton Hotel, purposely to further deepen existing relationships between the two countries. Discussions included sporting potential for training Papua New Guineans to work in the Queensland markets.
Minister for International Trade and Investment Richard Marrow met with his counterpart from Queensland, Australia, Minister Cameron Dick, on Sunday 13 November at the Hilton Hotel, purposely to further deepen existing relationships between the two countries. In welcoming his counterpart, Minister Marrow said in the last 10 years in government he has seen ministers and premiers exchange visits, but had not seen any real traction.
And I think at the start of a term of government for a new government like the Marabe Rosso government, it is a really good time for Queensland.
Great opportunity.
And your government and yourself to come and visit. Wave the Queensland flag and tell us about what your plans are and how you can grow the relationship with us.
Marrow affirmed that the government of PNG and his Ministry of International Trade and Investment is keen to take the relationship between PNG and Queensland to the next level. A wide range of topics were discussed, including spotting potential for training Papua New Guineans to work in Queensland markets and opportunities for Australian companies to come and invest in PNG.
Stronger and a deeper sporting relationship between our country and Queensland will be certainly the way to go. I think it's an easier one, it's a low-hanging fruit and one that we should look at. The hunters have done a wonderful job, in my view. They've shown Papua New Guinea sporting teams can go to Queensland and do well down in Queensland. And hunters really open the door for other sports as well.
In response, Minister Dick said PNG and Queensland are the closest neighbours, and he is proud that Queensland is known as Australia's Pacific state.
Very proud to be known as Australia's Pacific state. That is how we see Queensland. And the purpose of this visit, and a very enjoyable meeting and important meeting I've had tonight with Minister Marrow, is to talk about how we can strengthen and deepen those relationships.
Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
TVWAN News continues after the break. Stay with us.
With BSP Internet Banking, you can enjoy your banking at home, at work, or wherever you are. BSP Personal Internet Banking allows you to view your accounts and transactions, transfer money, bill pay, schedule future payments, or access your bank statements. Visit your nearest BSP branch to register now. BSP Internet Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell Rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell Rice. Skell Life.
Open Nets.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG é minha! Prime PNG made.
Welcome back. Australian High Commissioner to PNG, His Excellency John Philp, has expressed that he thoroughly enjoyed his two-day visit to Madang. His Excellency Philp was in the province to have dialogue with elected members of Parliament and understand the challenges of each district and how the Australian government can work with them to meet development goals. Philp's first visit included travelling to Rai Coast District with local MP Kesi Sawang to visit with staff and students of Irma Primary School. When they returned to Madang town, they went to meet with staff and students of the PNG Maritime College. His Excellency Philp was pleased with the infrastructure which product of AusAid funding. They also travelled to Jais Aben to meet vanilla farmers and discuss exporting opportunities, and then sat through a research station presentation by Alfred Kembu, Manager for Productivity Improvement with the Coconut Industry Corporation. His Excellency Philp returned to Port Moresby today. The Lay School of Nursing should shift from a general nursing institution to a subspecialist nursing school by 2030. Chairperson of the Governing Council Board, Dr. Kipas Binga, said this is necessary to address the change in disease burden.
Specialist treatment is needed for the different types of diseases in the country. Chairperson of the Lay School of Nursing Governing Council Board, Dr. Kipas Binga, expressed their intention to upgrade the institution into a subspecialist nursing school by 2030. Dr. Binga said one of the reasons why he became the CEO of the Morobe Provincial Health Authority was to help shift the focus to lifestyle diseases.
So which means that it will come with subspecialty care. So in the future, I would like, as a chairperson sitting down, I would like to see our institution move in that direction. By 2030, we would already shifted from general nursing school into a subspecialist nursing school for this institution. Let me say this from the outset. So we will have to move in that direction. The reason being we've got a big hangar hospital that is now currently being redeveloped. The services there, we are now pushing it towards looking at subspecialty in that area. It will be coming soon, but maybe in the next 2, 3, 4 years time, that will become very clear.
Dr. Binga further said part of the 2020 to 2030 National Health Plan covers the doubling of health workers' capacity in the country.
So we've got about 11 or 12,000 now currently. We used to be 16,000, 17,000. That number has dropped because people are retired. So we need to work hard to double the workforce.
Dr. Binga said as part of the health sector, Morobe PHA and the School of Nursing will play their part. Salome Vincent, TVWAN News.
Member for Moresby North East John Cowper says he will continue to invest in education to support young people in his electorate to experience good things in life. Speaking during the graduation of North East Academy Secondary School last Friday, Cowper said his administration will continue to invest in the school fees subsidy and the technical vocational education training program.
The North East Academy Secondary School is making headway for students in the Northeast electorate. The office of the member is supporting it and other educational institutions in the electorate to give its young people more education opportunities. This is in line with the national government's revised education policy and expansion program, mainly to address issues of law and order, unemployment and youth engagements. Under this policy, the government will pay school fees for elementary, primary and secondary schools in the country in 2023, while continuing the present scholarship program for universities and colleges. During his first term, Cowper and the Moresby North East Joint District Planning Budget Committee have invested over 7 million kina in school fee subsidy and TVET program, sponsoring over 10,000 students in the city. The North East Academy saw its pioneer grade 12 and third grade 10 students graduate. The school was upgraded to secondary status by NCD Education Technical Director Antonio Orlando on graduation day. Cowper commended the founder of the North East Academy Secondary School, Lisa Baim, for investing in quality education to our children. He also committed another 2 million kina for next year's school fee subsidy and TVET program for young people of Port Moresby North East electorate. Frida Kana, TV1 News.
From a happy village girl to being crowned an even happier Miss TVWAN 2022, Vavinleva Genonoga was announced in a press conference on Monday as the newest entrant in this year's Miss Pacific Islands pageant. She will be vying for the 12th Miss PNG crown on the 10th of December 2022 in Port Moresby. In 2021, the Central Provincial Government, under the leadership of former Governor Robert Agarobe, launched a concept that would help to preserve their culture and identity. Agarobe saw the need to revive the province's dying cultural practices. The TVWAN, or the Frangipani Woman, is the platform the Miss Central Pageant Committee adopted to showcase the preservation of cultural knowledge through vibrant young women. On the 29th of October, Miss Maragarobo Vavinleva Genonoga from Sara Village in Rigo District was crowned Miss TVWAN 2022 and is the cultural ambassador of Central Province. After her win, young Vavinleva welcomed the TVWAN committee to her home at Iruna Mere to an acknowledgement and thank you ceremony for her journey so far and the new chapter for her in the coming weeks.
It has been an exciting journey because I've been challenged with a lot of things. Yeah, so one of them will be public speaking, presentation in front of corporate sponsors. The world out here is quite different from our village setting. And I am just so thankful and happy to be part of this. It's about empowering other women, showing that we are powerful and we can speak for ourselves and for others who can't have a voice in public.
The culmination of her journey has placed her as the next entrant in the Miss Pacific Islands pageant, which was announced on Monday by Chairperson of MPIP, Molly O'Rourke, and Chairperson of TVWAN, Jelena Tamete Ureru.
We welcome you to the 12th Miss Papua New Guinea crowning, which is on the 10th of December. Our pageant week starts from the 4th of December to 11th of December. She will join a team of 5 young women as they all go into vie for the Miss Papua New Guinea crown. Although it's a competition, I urge you to enjoy and embrace every minute of this journey.
You're watching TV1 News. More stories after the break.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
When you're spending time with family, when you've got a big day ahead, when you have given it all you've got, when you're putting on a feast, that's when you want the best. That's when you want flame rice. New flame rice. Win him all together.
SB Lager was there for the birth of our nation. We cheered when we dominated the Pacific Games. And we were full of pride when the Hunters lifted the cup. SB Lager. Cheers to 70 years.
Right across the nation, we eat snack crackers. Emi Trupla. All get a young planalapun, only like him snacks crackers. Only make him here, no PNG, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
You got that smile. Oh, it lightens up the street for a mile. 'Cause being down doesn't suit your style. Hold your head up, 'cause love will keep on going strong. And then smile, it's a given when everything seems lost. Don't try and smile.
something.
And Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And Nupla Blue Pla packet Sunshine Milk.
Ah, Sunshine got Nupla Blue Pla packet milk.
Yes, and good pla lo walk coffee, tea, na baking scone too. Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And scale lo make him Milo or milk belong all picking long drink too.
Nice, yeah.
And now Sunshine Nutri-Strong. And we got vitamins and minerals too.
Sunshine Nutri-Strong, the new nutritious milk from Sunshine.
Welcome back. On Friday, 11th November, the National Training Council launched its 10-year policy, and speaking on behalf of persons with special needs was National Board for Disabled Persons Chairman Ben Theodore, whose speech was read by his daughter Caroline. His address highlighted the training policy 2022 to 2032, being clear about key policy area number 13, training for persons with disability. Representing persons with special needs, Ben Theodore prepared a speech read by his daughter, outlining Policy Area 13, covered in the recently launched National Training Policy. Mr. Theodore's speech stated that information by international research and World Health Organization standard estimate indicates that 10 to 15% of a country's population has some form of disability. That includes persons with physical, hearing, visual, psychological, and other impairments.
It has long been recognized that the best way to frame government policy in relation to disability is to recognize disability as cross-cutting, people with disability as an investment and development agenda, and all efforts must be put into creating that enabling environment for equal participation in mainstream life. The government of Papua New Guinea ratified the United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability on September 2013. The convention calls for the protection and promotion of the human rights and equal participation in all aspects of social and economic development, determined by provisions of reasonable accommodation and adjustments for each class of disability.
This approach is formally captured in the National Policy and Disability 2015 to 2025 under the Department for Community Development. The vision of this policy is remove barriers, make rights real. To achieve this vision, the PNG National Policy on Disability outlines a range of targeted priority areas, including the setting of a National Advisory Committee on Disability to advise the government on improving the coordination of agencies and organizations working with and for the people with disability. And finally, in sports, the Santos Papua New Guinea Orchids 82-0 loss to Australia ends the Orchids Rugby League World Cup campaign. Coach Ben Jeffries said post-match that while the scoreline and performance today was not up to standard to what was set internally this year, the playing group has created history, and this will change the face of women's rugby in PNG.
The end to the Santos Papua New Guinea Orchids Rugby League World Cup campaign will surely change the face of women's rugby in PNG. Coach Ben Jeffries said post-match that while the scoreline and performance was not up to standard to what was set internally this year, the playing group has created history.
One thing that it has been a successful campaign. Just won two World Cup games which they've never won before, and they've played in a semi-final, and they've changed the face of the country and the women's pathway for the rest of their lives.
The Australian Gillaroos stormed into a fourth consecutive World Cup final with a dominant 82-0 win over the Orchids in York early this morning. With Isabel Kelly and Emma Tonegato grabbing hat-tricks, Australia got the job done in style to move into the Old Trafford decider, where they will face arch-rivals New Zealand. The Orchids looked set to grab a late try when Shea Yvonne Dela Cruz found space on the left, but Jamie Chapman came across in cover with a bone rattler to shut the play down and ensure the Gillaroos kept the clean sheet. This was the first ever meeting between the Gillaroos and Orchids in a full international.
From our squad, I think most of the girls are learning the
to play in the position as well. And, coming against a side like Australia, we knew that, it's going to be a tough game for us. So, yeah, coming in this game, we had to do a lot to prepare for this game, but unfortunately, the result doesn't speak for what the work we've put in for this game.
The Gillaroos are chasing a World Cup three-peat after taking the title in the UK in 2013 and in Australia in 2017. If the Gillaroos win the World Cup for a third time, they will join New Zealand with 3 titles. In time, the Orchids will set their sights on France 2025 after savouring victories over Canada and Brazil at this World Cup. Salome Vincent, TV1 Sports.
And that ends the news tonight. Remember to apply the following simple measures to prevent transmission of the coronavirus. Regularly wash your hands with soap and water, cough or sneeze into your elbow, and exercise social distancing. If you are feeling sick, please stay at home. You can also call the COVID-19 hotline number for more information or assistance. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.